When the first Pan-African Conference opened on Monday, July 23, 1900, in London's Westminster Town Hall, Bishop Alexander Walters, in his opening address, "The Trials and Tribulations of the Colored Race in America," noted that for the first time in history black people had gathered from all parts of the globe to discuss and improve the condition of their race, to assert their rights and organize, so that they might take an equal place among nations. The Bishop of London, Mandell Creighton, gave a speech of welcome referring to the benefits of self-government which Britain must confer on other races as soon as possible. The conference culminated in the conversion of the African Association formed by Sylvester Williams in 1897 into the Pan-African Association, and the implementation of a unanimously adopted address to the nations of the world, sent to various heads of state where people of African descent were living and suffering oppression. The address implored the United States and the imperial European nations to acknowledge and protect the rights of people of African descent, and to respect the integrity and independence of the free Negro states. Signed by Walters, President of the Pan-African Association; the Canadian, Henry B. Brown, Vice President; Williams, General Secretary; and W.E.B. Du Bois, Chairman of the Committee on the Address. The document contained the phrase, "The problem of the 20th century is the problem of the color line," which W.E.B. Du Bois would use 3 years later in the forethought of his book, The Souls of Black Folk. In September, the delegates petitioned Queen Victoria through the British government to look into the treatment of Africans in South Africa and Rhodesia, including specifying acts of injustice perpetrated by whites there, namely 1. The degrading and illegal compound system of labor in vogue in Kimberley and Rhodesia; 2. The so-called indenture, that is, legalized bondage of African men and women and children to white colonists; 3. The system of compulsory labor in public works; 4. The pass or docket system used for people of color; 5. Local bylaws tending to segregate and degrade Africans, such as the curfew, the denial to Africans of the use of footpaths, and the use of separate public conveyances; 6. Difficulties in acquiring real property; 7. Difficulties in obtaining the franchise. Days later, Victoria responded more personally, instructing her private secretary, Arthur Bigg, to write, which he did on 21 January, the day before the Queen died. Although the specific injustices in South Africa continued for some time, the conference brought them to the attention of the world.